Welcome back to the Untold, where we have amazing guests that share their stories. And today we're gonna have a fun guest, Ahmed.
Very fun guest.
He has a great sense of
multi-talented,
humor,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have a lot of laughs. I'm pretty sure. Let's not,
Yeah, let's not waste any time. Welcome our guest right after this.
We're back again with our guest, and he's no stranger to KTV2, no stranger to media. And Saad Khaled, can you give us a brief about yourself? Can you talk about yourself?
Well, I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and I work in KTV2 as a translator in the translation department. And what more do you want to know?
We're still
That's more
trying to
than enough.
unpack. We're trying to unpack. Let's start from the beginning. You're a media guy, but what did you study in the beginning?
I studied English literature
Okay,
at Kuwait
English
University.
literature.
I studied
Amazing.
computer science for 2 years.
Computer science for 2 years.
But
Then I
from
switched to
Computer science to
English
literature.
literature,
I mean,
yes.
isn't that
So
like...
how did that? Why did you even study computer science?
because I wanted to make video games, and which is
Everyone-
related to storytelling
yeah,
somehow.
Yeah, it is.
Video
it is,
games?
it is.
Yeah, I wanted to program video games.
Without storytelling, a video game cannot exist.
True.
Honestly.
True.
But again, like video games, from wanting to be a video game maker into a translator, like
Yeah,
Well,
how did we switch to English
acting.
literature first?
When I
guess?
was doing computer science, my minor was English,
Okay.
and I wanted to study drama.
Nice.
I had a little bit interest in acting.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe drama would help me
Mm.
to find my way.
Mhm.
And when I took some classes in English, I realized that I like it way better than calculus and
I mean, we all do.
I wonder why. I wonder
No
why.
wonder. But again, a lot of people would find it the other way around. They would like computer science more. But I mean, what happened to making video games? Did that like end there?
Yeah, it ended there actually.
It's very
And,
hard to be a video game developer.
It is actually.
Very, very hard.
It's a tough market.
It
tough
is. It
market.
is. Especially nowadays, you need a huge team and a
But
big
for
budget.
maybe people who are not initiated on video games, could we explain why it's hard?
Because you need a huge team, you need
Mm-hmm.
graphic designers, you need programmers, a lot of like movement.
Honestly, you need the AAA studios. You know,
True.
you need them.
True.
Doing an indie
True.
game is also hard, but your end game is a big game, and it's a big market to get
Even
into.
with indie games now, you'd find at least 3 people working on it. Like somebody's
Yeah,
handling
yeah,
graphics,
yeah,
somebody's handling
true.
the programming,
True.
dynamics.
So
all of that.
English literature, you studied it, you got the degree. How did that transform into media? Because you just studied English literature.
In the English department at Kuwait University, we
Mm.
had something called the English Day, which is
English
like a
Day.
talent show.
Okay.
And
cool.
I attended the first 3 years,
Where did you study first of all?
Kuwait University.
Kuwait University, and
Yeah.
they had a English day.
English Day, yeah. That was back in 2004.
What
to
happens on this
2000.
day?
Whatever talent you have and you want to show to people, you want to sing, you want to perform a scene from a
nice.
play,
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
you want to make a
Basically a
short film.
talent
It's basically
show.
Kuwait Got Talent.
Yes, it's like
Kuwait University.
I mean, Kuwait University got talent.
Kuwait University got
without the
talent.
competition.
Without the
There was
competition.
no competition.
Okay, it's
So
just
we
a
do-
showcase.
Like
It's
a showcase. Yeah, yeah. We prepare for it for like a
So
couple
what
months.
did you showcase?
In the first year, I was in 4 short plays actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the second year, I did 3 plays and a short film.
3 plays?
Yeah, like 3 short plays, like 15, 20 minutes plays.
Could you tell me more about the short film?
The short film was it started with my friend Maqdad Al He wanted to write a short film and direct it, and I helped him write it.
Nice.
And he thought that I would fit the main character. It's just like a college level short film, nothing
Mhm.
major to be honest. But it was a great start for us to understand all the aspects of making a film, whether it be like production management, which we didn't know existed aslan, and how to shoot, how to frame, how to edit.
Did you figure out screenplay scratch
Yeah,
structure?
but back then I was reading Sid Field's screenplay.
Because your English literature background will help you into script
Definitely,
writing.
yes, definitely. Dramatic building and characterization and all of that.
That's amazing. And from graduating from Kuwait University, were you you came to KTV, or how did that?
No, before I graduate, one of my colleagues, Mushira Ismail, she was doing theater in Kuwait, and she was working with Alison Price.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined them, and I did theater for 3 years. We got a lot of courses in acting, mime, and musical theater.
Mine.
Yeah, and we
Nice.
had people from the UK coming to test us on that. People from LAMDA, the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts. So I did 3 acting exams, and 1 mime and 1 musical theater. Aside from that, we were doing short plays on the side. We did musicals for kids, and yeah.
Interesting. That's fun.
You
Yeah, we
really
did one-
dived into the world of
Yeah.
acting.
We did
That's
one
beautiful.
original musical called
Original
uh,
musical.
it was called the Candy
The Candyman.
something, not the Candyman.
Were you doing it in Arabic or English?
No, in
then?
English.
In
actually.
English.
Yeah.
But how would that, work in Kuwait? I mean, in our.
There's a huge audience for such things. Actually, we did 2 plays in the British Embassy.
Okay.
We did 12th Night in the Garden, actually, and we did Othello as well. And yeah, we got really good feedback. We did the shows for like 3 days each, I think.
Nice.
And it got like a positive feedback.
Yeah, we got some really good feedback.
Good.
People
I mean, I
were
didn't
booking
know
tickets.
we had like, people who actually act in English and, had an audience. I mean, I would figure that the audience is more of a, Kuwaiti plays, Kuwaiti shows, Kuwaiti movies. And I think that's impressive. So, what are your plans for acting? What are your plans in the future for acting?
Well, I did a lot of short films. I did some feature films. I acted in a short film in Germany. It's a Saudi short
In
film.
Germany.
In Germany,
And
yeah.
it's a Saudi short film.
It's a
in
Saudi
Germany.
short film. It was in the competition for the NBC Talent.
Oh
It was
yeah, I
called
remember
Eyes
those.
Eyes on Saudi Films.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
I remember
My friend was
those.
studying directing there,
Nice.
Mujtaba Saeed, and that was his graduation project.
I see now.
And
I love how you just really, like Ahmed said, you dived into it like locally and in Saudi Arabia, Gulf region. I mean, where do you see yourself as an actor?
uh,
I think that's like the hardest question to anyone.
This is very
Where
tough.
do you see
Yeah.
yourself?
I see myself waiting for a phone call
I'm waiting for a phone call.
to get to do something. But I work mostly in Kuwait actually, and I did a lot of short films here.
Nice.
Probably over than 50 short films.
Nice.
Working as actor, production manager, assistant director, lighting, sound. I did everything behind the camera.
Multitasker.
I guess, yeah.
Multi-talented too.
Yeah.
So, I want to go back to your transition from computer science to English literature. How did your close circle react to that?
They were very disappointed, to be honest, because like computer science is considered something
But
big.
you wanted
and-
to do video games, so even with that, they probably didn't like
they
that
didn't know
idea.
about the video games.
They
part.
didn't know about the video
yeah,
game part.
that's
If they knew, they probably would say English literature is probably better for
true,
you.
true. Because with English literature in Kuwait, people think,
Teacher.
yeah,
right?
teacher. That's
That's what I
that's
was
the
thinking
thing.
it's like
about.
teacher.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
didn't you try teaching?
I did try teaching.
You did?
You
Yeah,
did.
I
Where
taught in
and
a high
how?
school for
Ooh.
for 3
High
months.
school?
3 months.
3 months. I
Never
taught
again.
English.
I mean-
yeah, the teaching part wasn't the tough bit, to be honest. But
handling
it's
the
too much
students.
commitment for me.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
'Cause-
teaching
Okay.
high school students, that's another
Yeah.
level.
It was a very good experience, actually. But you can't take days off.
Yeah.
Because during that time, I would travel to the Gulf Film Festival in Dubai or the Dubai Film Festival, and I had to take a couple of weeks off. And with teaching, it was very difficult to do that.
So you just quit because it wasn't matching your time, it wasn't
Yes.
matching your
Yeah.
goals in life.
It
But
is time consuming.
Teaching
being a teacher.
isn't bad.
No.
No, I love teaching, actually.
Without
yeah. It
teachers,
was a
none of
great
us here will be
No, I
existent.
mean like for him.
For
And
him.
teaching is also performance because you're standing in front
True.
of like 20 plus
True.
students.
Okay.
Which
You
is
have
why
to
you're
talk
probably
to-
good at it. 'Cause
I
there's a
hope I
performance
was.
part of
I hope I was.
teaching.
Yeah. It was a very performative
Experience.
job. Yeah. It was.
So, how do you improve yourself when it comes to acting? With the new talents coming, I mean, acting and media, it requires improvement. It requires updating yourself, keeping yourself up to date with the current, media, especially with young kids nowadays. They can do anything,
True.
and they're very demanding. So, how do you keep yourself up to date?
You practice, you read, you take courses online or outside of Kuwait. or in Kuwait sometimes actually. And I think I get more experience by doing the work itself, to do theater, to do short films, to challenge myself with different roles. Sometimes I would write something for myself to try just to express a certain idea or a certain aspect of acting that I think I can do. And
So, how does a person get into that, into acting, and what makes you capable of doing all of this at once?
I think acting takes discipline, practice, and some talent and
Some
dedication.
talent?
Some talent.
So, if
Because-
you're not talented, you can still.
Yeah, if you have enough discipline and enough training, you could become an actor.
But I guess it also requires.
You might not be, what do you call it?
Leading man. Or
Leading man or
leading
do different characters, but
You could be
an
supporting or
True.
background.
actor. You could play the same character
Same
over and
character.
over again.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, how are you, my friend?
I was actually thinking of someone else. But
Jason Statham, how are you, my friend?
yeah, I mean, most of these actors, and they did a really good job at it, and they
Yeah,
still get offers
yeah,
in their 50s and 60s. Come on.
True. And with acting, you could, I don't know, you could work until you're 90 even.
I mean,
'Cause-
if you still have
yeah.
the energy to.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood is directing at 95, I think.
Here's a statement. Anyone can work in media. True or false?
To an extent, yes, I think. Not everybody succeeds in media, but I
Right.
think everybody can try it and everybody can find a job in media.
Right.
But maybe for a short time.
Mm.
But if you're talented, again, you have enough dedication, I think you would be able to.
But at a certain point, it takes more than just talent, more than
Yes.
just what you're capable of, because we're in a very competitive industry
True.
globally.
True.
And no matter how great you are, the opportunities do not present themselves.
True.
How does someone break out in this industry?
I wish I had the answer.
Right? Me too.
I don't know. I think it's a combination of talent and maybe luck.
Lots of luck.
And
yeah.
people's
Yeah.
people's
And-
acceptance. I mean, people have to accept you. People have to love your energy on camera. You have to have that certain energy on camera to be approachable to people.
True.
But when it comes to acting, most actors get really too deep into the character itself. They get into depressions. We've seen that. We've heard of that, about that. And when it comes to Hollywood actors, some of them even unfortunately commit suicide. So how does an actor detox themselves after playing a really strong character?
That's a tough question. It depends on the character, first of all, because some characters are just
More
me.
complex than others.
Yeah, and some characters just me doing something else. It's not a specific character, but complex characters. Well, to me, it's not that difficult, to be honest, because to me it's like a switch somehow. I could switch on and off. I'd go in front of the camera. They would say action. I would get into the character, and when they say cut, it takes me like a couple of minutes to just like relax and
Detach from the
detach
character,
from the
come
character.
back to reality.
And it depends on like how much intense drama are you doing actually, and you don't get to do that.
And
a
it
lot.
depends on your personality, I guess.
True, depends from actor to actor. Some people.
What acting method do you go for? Method acting or?
I go for my own method. I don't know. I don't have a specific method to go, and it depends working with different directors actually.
True.
I did a feature film in Saudi Arabia as well, and the director explained the background of the story and the other films that he had in mind for this series of films for me to understand the character. And
Right.
we were talking for like 2 days, 3 days maybe, for 4 hours a day, and that put me in that character somehow. But sometimes certain characters just require you to read the script and you make your own character.
Yeah. It just depends on the
It
script.
depends
and
on the script. It
director
depends
and
on the director you're
project
working
and all
with.
that. True.
Yeah.
True. We'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
Continue
And
our
then we'll come back.
conversation right after this.
So we're back again with our guest, and before we're gonna break, we were talking about acting, but now I want to switch to writing. So, what do you think are the rules of media writing? Uh, I mean, tell us a little more about that.
Well,
Let's start with that.
The basic story structure is beginning, middle, end. And you can do that with a TV program, you can do that with a TV show, you could do it with a movie, you could do it with a YouTube video. So that's the main
Script writing?
structure for film. It's different. For a short film, it's different. Of course, there's experimentation where you can start in the middle and then go back to the beginning and then end it, or the other way around. But you start with understanding the dramatics of the script, and you have to understand your characters, and you understand their reactions, and you put them in a different situation in every scene. And I could talk about this for like hours, sorry. You put them in different scenes, and then I'm trying to summarize it. And you make them have a goal, like each character should have a goal. And they go through a journey trying to attain that goal, actually. And you try to keep it interesting. If you have 3 great scenes and 60 other scenes, you'd have a good movie, I think. I don't know.
I mean, that's a way to brief.
Yeah.
It depends. It's a different method. Again, in Kuwait, we're working very independently. But if you talk about the big studios, it's a different method.
Right.
Writing a film takes years. It takes different writers. It takes script doctors.
Years to write
to
a
get a
movie.
film just to be produced.
Pre-production is probably the longest process.
True.
Post-production is also long. Production is probably the shortest.
I wish it was longer. The production.
The
'Cause
production.
You take your time
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
scenes, but in Kuwait it depends because mostly we work with low budget, so we have all these constraints.
Yeah, very, very
And
low budget.
we try to think always of available locations, a small number of actors. So all that limits the imagination, but we try to work and
I
persevere
think that's
within
the
that.
issue with most films that we make in Kuwait. We don't have someone to back us, to give us a bigger budget, because all these movies you love in Hollywood aren't made on a $50,000 budget.
But they did
you know?
make a movie recently that was I haven't seen it, but apparently it was a huge hit. They even brought an American actor. I forgot his name. I think you've
Ron
seen
Perlman.
it. Yeah.
It's a big
Oh,
budget
that
Kuwaiti
one.
film.
That is a big budget. That's like the one film that I would say
I haven't seen
is
it
up
yet.
to standard.
But do you think I should?
In terms of
Yeah,
filmmaking,
you should watch
wise,
it,
but
actually.
not
Everybody should
script-wise.
watch it.
Everyone should watch it because this is the only film I can show people and say this is an actual film that Kuwaitis made.
It's a proper
The
movie.
script, here and there, but the filmmaking aspect of the shots, everything was done beautifully. So you should check it out. But anyway, going back to you and with our topic. In your experience, you've had lots of things, but you did not mention that you did one of my favorite cartoons ever, Buqtada Abu Nabil, right?
Yes, I worked on Buqtada as a voice actor in the beginning, and then I started writing.
For
and
them?
then I
Nice.
became an assistant director
Wow.
for.
Tell me your
4 or 5
experience
years.
on working on such a huge project. In my eyes, it is a huge project. So tell me, please.
In the beginning, I think Faisal Ibrahim, the producer, saw me doing like some sketches, I think, on or short film actually in Dubai. Although we're both Kuwaitis, he saw me in Dubai doing a short film, and then he asked me to be part of it, to do like small roles in the beginning. And I think he sensed something in me, like I don't know, a certain sense of humor maybe. And then he asked me to write episodes, and he was the first guy to approach me professionally to write.
Can I ask you to, show us a character or something?
Some
Imitate
us.
something. Not show us. I mean, imitate.
Can you turn into a cartoon character? No.
No,
could
but
you-
can you imitate one, right? Or some? Or
Give
like
us a
sound.
sample of the voices you've done for the show.
one of the characters was.
I mean, can you do Buqtada?
No, he didn't do those
Actually,
voices.
I didn't do Buqtada, but if Buqtada misses a line, I would do it actually, especially his laugh. His laugh is easy. I think it's like. I think that's a. I don't know.
Fascinating.
That was it.
And I would do Raju, the underground godfather. He was like, "Sunu ya bi Nawab, shunu yajini?" Something like that. I guess I don't know. I wish I had a script because
True,
I'm good at.
true,
I'm
okay.
bad at improv.
You're improvising, but that's
And,
very good.
I did the video game Rehab salesman. أنت عايز أي DVD فيهم؟
I
think I did that.
I love his switch to Egyptian.
Your face transforms.
I mean,
know?
I don't know.
that's what
Your
it
face
takes. That's
transforms
what it
into the
takes.
character.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
But how did you know you had that talent in you to change voices and all that?
I think he was just messing around with his voice and
Yeah, I would
just
I would do
discovered
impressions
it.
of like certain maybe people or actors.
Any
sometimes.
celebrities you can nail?
Kuwaiti? I don't know.
No. Hollywood. Let's go
Anyone.
Hollywood.
Let's go Hollywood. I don't know. I could probably try a Kramer from Seinfeld. It's like, Gideon. I don't know if that was good or like
That was
George
perfect,
Costanza
though.
saying like,
That was epic, though.
Jerry. That's my George Costanza.
Man, okay. You're full of hidden talents. That was amazing. Yes. Clap. That was well earned. I might want to go back for writing for one question though. Where do you get the inspiration for the things you write?
It depends. Sometimes I wrote a short film based on like a memory that I had in school, and I dramatized the event into a short film. Sometimes you think it depends on the purpose of like why are you making this.
True.
If you're hired to write something, then they give you certain characters, and you have to find an interesting journey for these characters to do. And again, you have to search within the, I don't know what to call it, like the imagination sphere,
Right.
and you try to find the best ideas that would fit these characters, and an idea that would guarantee you to build scenes on it and to reach a certain end and to reach a certain switch,
Right,
and,
right.
and keep it interesting at the same time.
Okay.
In every movie or every author always has a plot twist. So, why?
Not
Why?
always.
Why?
Not
Why?
always.
I
It
mean,
depends,
I
it
mean, you
depends.
would watch a movie or a series and you're so into character, and then suddenly you just, I don't know, just it gets disappointing. Why do you have disappointing ends?
Because if it's
You're
made
blaming
well,
him.
Not blaming you.
I'll try to
I'm blaming
defend them.
authors. I'm
Defend them.
blaming screenwriters for making me feel disappointed. Or I'm so into the show or to the movie, and then why did that just happen? Why couldn't?
I think
know,
they go for
person
like
lived.
big twist because if it's made well, it would have a great impact. If it's not made well, it would be a disappointment.
Yeah.
As like most of the time, I would
No,
say, because
even if it's made well,
it's very hard to.
I don't want to
write,
see my main character die.
Well,
I'm
decided-
here watching them.
The studio
Are
is
you
a
the
I'm
pro-
one
rooting
fan
for them the
who's like,
entire
wants
movie.
Iron Man back? Is that
I
what
want
you
him to be back so bad.
He might be back in Secret Wars actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spoilers, but yeah.
Is it really?
As an artificial intelligence. That's it.
We never know.
Why
anything
are you
about it.
mean?
I'm not mean. I'm telling you. Back to you. What do you hope for the future? What do you want to get to? Feature
I'm taking
film.
it slow, to be honest. I'm working on a short film that I'm shooting hopefully within like 3 weeks, and
nice.
I'm writing a feature film. I'm working on another animated show.
Animated show.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about that animated show?
I can't say anything about the
Oh,
animated
do
show.
you have an NDA?
Yes.
All right. I
And,
can't talk about anything here.
But-
Okay. I mean, the voice is the soul of the character. How do you come up with the personality and the soul for a certain character in cartoon or, voicing over anything, really?
In cartoon, I think it depends on two things. Sorry. If it depends on the script itself. Sometimes you can get a sense of the character by reading their lines and trying a couple of voices, or if you see a picture of the character, that helps more than reading the script actually. Because if you see the character and you
You
start
can picture
imagining
how
them-
they sound.
Yeah, picture how they sound, how they move, how like what kind of laughter do they have, and with each character, there's always a key. Like there's always a word that you go for, and it gets you into that character.
Okay,
For example, I did there was a play in Arabic though called El Joker, and they did
Is
an
it
English
about
version.
the Joker?
It's about the Joker.
Of
They did
course.
an English version, and they wanted me to dub some characters. So I did Bruce Wayne and I did Batman and I did like some small
Can I
characters.
hear your Bruce Wayne?
I forgot my Bruce Wayne to be
what
honest.
about
because
Batman, though?
Batman had like there was always like I would go back to
Christian Bale?
what's going on, Inspector Gordon. I don't know if
I mean,
that's it. They added effects
Close
to it,
enough. Yeah, I mean,
but
they have to.
there's always a word it's like what's going on, Inspector Gordon.
Some actors are known for their deep voices. Like, if you could name some of them, I can't remember, but I do know that some
Like Morgan
actors,
Freeman.
like Morgan Freeman, for example. what makes a voice actor special besides his voice?
Uh,
The way they portray the character.
the way they portray the character, they have to be fun, especially with animation. You have to be like a fun person. You have to be cartoonish.
Some of them can even control the tone of their voice, which is almost impossible because
You can't
It's-
control the tone of your voice.
no, I mean like the sound. They can sound like. I mean, if you're a guy, can you really sound like a female?
Actually,
100%.
actually, we did
Ca-
the stop motion.
I mean, yeah,
for
that
YouTube.
it requires talent, but
and-
not anyone can do that.
We had the two characters, the daughter and the mother, and we had 3 people applying, 2 women and a guy, and the producer picked the guy to do the mother, and he did it better.
Yeah,
than
and voice acting, a lot of men do women's
Voice
voices and
acting.
vice versa.
and vice versa.
Because
Yes.
it's voice acting.
In your opinion, who is the best voice actor that you aspire?
Voice actor?
Ooh.
I don't know. Mark Hamill, when he did the Joker on the Batman shows, I think he
Fair.
was
Okay.
really
That's
good.
a good solid pick. That's a solid pick, I would
Solid
say.
pick, indeed.
But
Robin
Do-
Williams is good too.
Robin Williams is
great.
fantastic, of
His
course.
Genie
Of
is
course.
I
tremendous.
love him.
That's
Of course, Robin
tremendous.
Williams is
Do you know he
fantastic.
only took $75K for that role instead of his normal $8 million check?
Yeah, I mean, when he started, he wasn't planning on becoming a professional anyway.
No, he accepted the role just for his kids, so they can
Oh.
see the genie as their dad.
Oh, okay.
So he took the pay cut for his
I
kids.
didn't know that. Thank
Yeah.
you for the
It's
information.
just a random fact. With all these voice acting, there's a lot of characters. How do you manage to memorize how this character sounds, how that character sounds, how the character from last year sounds that you did?
Again,
How
it's,
do you
it's,
manage?
it's the word that, like a certain word or a certain movement
That triggers it for you.
that triggers it. And sometimes, if it's very hard to remember, I would ask them to play a previous episode,
Right.
and for me to listen to the character a couple of
I
times.
think that is fair.
to do the character.
So, if you have an advice for any, let's say, anyone who wants to become a voice actor, screenwriter, I mean, you are a man of, multi or a lot of talents.
I feel like there are more hidden talents to you that
Yeah,
you
but
may
we
wanna
have
share.
to dig deeper
Dig deeper.
In the next episode,
in the next episode. So, what
Inshallah.
would the advice be?
practice, work hard, have discipline, and persevere, and understand that these things are craft. Like a carpenter is a craft. The more you work, the better you get. And try to work. Don't care about the money at the beginning, at least.
At the beginning, at least.
And then want more money.
and then want more money and fame.
Before we wrap, just one quick question. Best actor, in your opinion,
Jack Nicholson in 5 Easy Pieces.
why?
Watch it and you'll know. He's
Okay.
fantastic because he has a lot of range in that film.
All right.
What about
fair.
actresses?
Actresses Meryl Streep in Kramer versus Kramer,
You're choosing
and
big names
Dustin
there.
Hoffman in Kramer versus Kramer as well,
All right.
and Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. I'm like,
All right, you have a
You
lot
have a
of
whole
answers.
list
There's
here.
a whole list. Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. It was a great episode. A lot
Thank you
of
for having me.
insight on the voice acting part.
Thanks.
Thank you. Well,
All right.
yeah, we'll be back for the wrap up right after this. What a fun episode! The voices he pulled, just going through his career, what voice acting means to him. It was a fun episode.
Have you tried voice acting?
I feel like I can't really imitate,
Imitate?
but I do have one voice I can pull off, but probably not right now, which is a child's version of me.
Okay,
A
can you do it?
childish.
Please do
I
it.
can't. I
Why
can't.
not?
I just can't.
If you do it, I'll do it. No, then.
It takes a lot to get into that character.
Takes a lot to get into your inner child. Anyway, that was fun.
That was fun, and tune in next time for more guests right here on the Untold.
And good night.
Good night.